Bang bang.
Alrighty. What's happening, people? This is Avidan. Welcome to the Avidan Direct Chillcast, episode 21. We are live. It is back. As you see, I have my setup back, my old setup. I am happy. I am excited. And we have a PE raid. So first of all, let's give a quick shout out to the Raiders who came through.
Yes.
Really appreciate you. Paul Tedesco, what is good? Katana Rica, what is good? Blue Bolt, what is good? Rail Matrix, what is good? Dake Knee Center, what is good? KEG Reacts, who's a Seahawks fan, what is good? Who else is here? Your Player 2, what is going on? Tev Jen, what is going on? Dumb Guy Gaming, what's going on? KEG, I'm just joking. I know you're a fellow Pats fan. Just getting with you, man. So thank you guys for coming through. Really appreciate it. We are going to go ahead and you see this whole thing with Google. This is why I don't like Google Hangouts. That's why I like Google Hangouts on air. I have to manually switch this the whole entire time. But you guys will see a little bit more of my personality tonight. I'm actually breaking more out of my shell, being more alive with you guys and showing you guys who I am off camera. And hopefully you guys will like this and that I was fronting before, but I'm just letting loose just a little bit more. So we have a fun podcast tonight. You see that we have NX here, we have Your Player 2, and we have Rob Regal here. So we're going to go out with the quick introductions and what everyone's been playing, starting with Your Player 2. How you been, man? Welcome back.
I'm good, man. I don't sound 100% right now. I got sick earlier this week, so if I'm not 100%, up to par, I apologize. But yeah, for those of you that aren't familiar, I'm Your Player 2. You can check out my channel, and my channel is all about helping gamers who also run YouTube channels step their game up to the next level. Tips on Mondays and Fridays, multiplayer live streams on Wednesdays, and usually some video game content sprinkled in between. Like last week, I did a video about which version of Starlink should you buy, because there was some confusion regarding the physical versus the digital version. So I thought it would be a good idea to explore that, because I didn't do any research into it, and I went to buy it, and I was like, I don't care about these toys. All I know is I'm not going to get 5 ships if I don't buy the digital copy. So that's what my channel's all about, and a recent entry, I guess. Nice.
Super real.
But how is other than that, like Starlink, is it worth $60?
I think so. I'm having a blast with it. For me, it's like if No Man's Sky and Destiny had a baby, and it was like a diet version of it. It's perfect. Yeah, it gives me just enough exploration and sense of space opera wonder. With the added benefit of a bunch of Star Fox exclusive missions. So I'm having a blast with it, man. Like whenever I get frustrated with Dark Souls and I'm about to break my Switch, that's when I switch gears and go to Starlink for a little bit.
Nice. NX, man, how about you, man? How has your week been?
I found out that I got an A in both my classes from the first half of this semester, so it's been pretty good. Got some Dark Souls in there, so died a few times, but it's all
just a few.
I think I've only died 3 times, 3 or 4 times.
I do say only 3 times. If you don't know Dark Souls, that's an accomplishment.
Brutal. My number's not 3. I'll tell you that.
Like 3 times 10.
3 while I was waiting for the show to start.
Well, to be fair, I'm not as far as you guys because I've been playing a lot of my PS Vita with Persona 4 Gold.
Shut up!
I've heard that's an amazing system.
It's a pretty good system.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I can get out of here with that PS Vita. Vita's trash. It's trash, I tell you. But that's cool. Anything else coming up with you, NX? How's I know you've been, buckling down between school and everything. Everything good with you otherwise?
Yeah, and as I've always said, content will come to my channel. It's just a matter of getting it figured out and with time and everything.
I feel you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And Rob Regal, welcome back, man. How you been? Tell them about your channel and what you've been playing this week, man.
Usuals my channel, you know what I'm saying? Whole lot of gaming, whole lot of tech, whole lot of everything you want to hear about the culture with me. Your boy Rob Regal. That's where the Regal and Regal Report comes from. And what I've been playing this week, just a whole lot of Spider-Man, and I'm actually getting started on the original Red Dead Redemption 2 because some of us are too broke to get the new sequels that are actually prequels. So that's what I've been doing, man. Red Dead Redemption and Spider-Man. I'm trying to finish up Spider-Man probably next week. I'm trying to get it done before November gets here. So that's the goal.
Nice. Well, as for me, I have been playing more so Arena of Valor and Phantasy Star Online 1, actually. Been playing that on Twitch lately. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Twitch because all of my gaming live streams will be on Twitch. Thanks to the good folks like Rob Regal here. Thanks to Nintendo Direct, who is not here with us tonight. Thanks to Chips and Sticks, another someone else who'll be in the stream watching the podcast every Friday, and OJ as well. All 5 of these people had to come to me and tell me, hey, you should probably get on Twitch. So I finally listened, and I'm on Twitch now, and I'm moving all my gaming live streams there. But the podcast will stay here until further notice. If YouTube doesn't get their act together, then kind of like OJ, man, OJ on the same tip with that. It's like starting to make the move to Twitch because let me tell you guys, really expanding yourself creatively is really hard on YouTube. And YouTube wants to make you like a TV show where you kind of have to have this one little thing and people have to watch you at a certain time every single day. And if you deviate from that, YouTube tries to like sell you up the river. It doesn't work for people like me. So I'm going to make sure that I diversify this channel as much as I can for you guys. This podcast, I'm actually working to get this on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify for you guys so you guys can listen to this mobile. So we're going to work to get that done as well. So you could really start catching these episodes on SoundCloud. I'm going to work between tonight and tomorrow to get in all of these episodes over to SoundCloud. So they'll be on SoundCloud first. Then I'm going to work to get them on iTunes, Google Play. So you can peep the podcast anywhere, whether it's YouTube, anywhere you want to go. If you have SoundCloud Go, you can listen to the podcast even when you're offline. So some perks for you if you're a music lover. But that's not here for that. We're not here for, big channel update. We're going to go into the actual content. And we're going to start with Dreamcast games might be coming to the Nintendo Switch through the service of Sega Ages. Now, Sega Ages, if you don't know, is Sega's way of bringing their own virtual console over to the Nintendo Switch. And it's been selling really well. Sonic the Hedgehog looks really good. In fact, it looks probably the best I've seen in a while. So I'm glad that they're taking the time to put these games over to the Nintendo Switch. But Sega Dreamcast games, that's a whole nother paradigm. Because for me, Sega Dreamcast is one of my favorite consoles of all time. I remember getting Phantasy Star Online 1 and Grandia 2 for my 14th birthday. So getting Phantasy Star Online 1, we're already getting Grandia 2. So getting Phantasy Star Online 1 on the Nintendo Switch, that would be huge in my opinion because that would be Nintendo's first real MMO on the Switch. And we're going to turn this music off. That's another thing, guys. For the podcast moving forward, when we get into the actual meat of things, I'm going to turn off the music so you guys can hear me clearly. And when we're just doing the intros and the outros and the Q&A, I'll turn the music back up. But from this point forward, no music during the actual conversation. So back to what I was saying. PSO will be a great MMO for the Nintendo Switch. Getting games like Crazy Taxi, getting games like Skies of Arcadia, getting games like Ready to Rumble. Well, that's on N64 as well, but still getting games like Ready to Rumble, getting games like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Jet Grind Radio. Getting all these games will be great for the Nintendo Switch. And I would love to hear what else, the panel has to say and what you guys think as well. So as we're, conversing about this, let us know in the chat what games that you would like to come to the Nintendo Switch that was on the Dreamcast. And yes, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a good answer if you're thinking about it. So who else?
I'll say that if there were a few games whenever we talked about the topics before the show started and everything, I was going through the list in my head of some of the best Dreamcast experiences that I had growing up, and it's weird though because that's the problem I ran into is a lot of the games that I would have picked were the first time I experienced them were on the Dreamcast, but then they got ported so many times later, and that would have included games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Resident Evil Code Veronica X, for example. I think even Crazy Taxi I believe came to the PS2, but some other ones that I would pick, I wouldn't mind seeing Power Stone, and a personal guilty pleasure for me, I wouldn't mind seeing Dynamite Cop come back, completely ridiculous as it is. I had a lot of fun with that game. So those would be some of my picks, I guess, just despite so many of them being ported.
Nice.
As you guys maybe know, I'm 19 years old. Dreamcast was slightly before. I have a Dreamcast, but it was slightly before my time, so I didn't play too much of that. I didn't have too many games for that. So I know there are a lot of good RPGs on, or not necessarily a lot, but there are a few good RPGs which I'd like to see come over. Like, as Avidan said, like Phantasy Star Online, stuff like that.
I'm streaming that later on tonight, by the way, guys. Just throw that out there.
just quick shameless plug.
The console that was before my time that I chose to play was the Super Nintendo, which was superior in my opinion, but that's another topic.
Oh,
it's a whole different generation, honestly. And you are correct, NX. It was.
He is. I just felt the shot in my heart. Like, sheesh.
The Super Nintendo is probably superior to most consoles, but that's a topic for another day.
Savage.
For me, man, you know, some of you may know that I'm like 30 years old. And after last week, some of you may know I was also grew up pretty poor. So I didn't have a either. But I did get to play certain games on it. So, I mean, the thing that would actually surprise me would be to see something like Phantasy Star Online working and functioning. Because with me and my poorness and not owning one, like we didn't, like every time I saw mention of Phantasy Star Online back in the day, it was like in Game Informer, and they were talking about how they couldn't really keep the servers up like that. Like that was an issue back then. So to see it working and functioning, the end of its legacy being, oh, we finally got it working in 2018, 2019 would actually be kind of like crazy for me to see in my old age. But I want to see it. Like I want to see this transfer of Dreamcast games getting over to the Switch, especially since we don't really have a virtual console on the Switch yet for Nintendo games. So screw it. Let's have Sega come save the day for now until we can finally get Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, and all of them on the Switch. I'm cool with playing some Dreamcast on there. We bringing back Ready to Rumble Boxing, Afro Thunder. I'm all for that.
Man, that's why I had to bring that game back up. That's why I had to bring that game back up. Even though it was on the N64, I had to bring it up. I played it on Dreamcast first.
I mean, let's keep it a buck now. You're gonna compare N64 and Dreamcast on graphics, like
not at all. It was like dumb. It was twice
version.
It was.
I love this smile on Avidan's face. Looks like that's exactly what he wants to do right now. Like
any waste of money that existed more than the expansion pack.
Wait a second. Wait a second, Josh. I'm in full agreement that the N64 runs circles around the PS1 and the Vita.
I don't know if I can back that.
I'm rolling with that one.
I wouldn't back that. I wouldn't back that. And Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time.
I wouldn't trigger. Listen, I just said to trigger your player too. That's all.
Because any console that can make Final Fantasy leave for that, nah, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, the N64. Okay, listen. The N64 is basically the redheaded stepchild of the Nintendo consoles.
Is the redhead the expansion pack that we wasted money on?
Hey, that was a waste of money.
It was a waste of money.
No, it was not. Majora's Mask is one of the best Zelda games of all time because of it.
Yes, and it has
the only redhead here. Is this really the analogy we need for this? All right, I guess that's how we treat people like that.
You want to flex with Majora's Mask? Okay, yes, it made Majora's Mask able to be played, right?
Right.
And it kept the same frame rate as the regular jumper pack as it upped those graphics. Tell me the last time you got through a crowded room in Perfect Dark with the expansion pack. I'll wait.
I didn't play Perfect Dark.
Nope.
Anyway, you don't even understand the expansion pack. How are you dating the prostitute and just defending her? Like you gotta understand who you're with before you defend it. Okay, like know who she is. Now, if you know it is fine, do you, player? But know who you talking about. You didn't even experience Perfect Dark, and you talk about how great the expansion pack was.
Hey. I played Majora's Mask. That's enough. What up, Quan?
Mask, and we should have did it with the jumper pack instead of the expansion pack. That's all I'm saying.
Whew. I'll make the argument the Wii U is better than the N64. Santiago. I made the. What's up, Dorian? Wait, hold up. Wait, what? Put your phone down, Dorian. And she knows why I'm saying that too. Put your phone down. being on vacation and coming to my live stream. Get back to vacation. Anyway, who else is next on this whole topic? Rob, this is back to your thoughts. Your thoughts again?
My thoughts is that I am all for the Switch getting Dreamcast games since we can't get the Nintendo Virtual Console yet, since they want to keep feeding me 2 different versions of The Legend of Zelda. That's how I feel. Why do I have an NSO, a Nintendo Switch Online? Why do I have The Legend of Zelda up here in the top left corner and then The Legend of Zelda again in the middle of the bottom row? Like, I want to know.
You can never have enough Legend of Zelda.
That sounds good.
No. That living a life of luxury though. Living a life of luxury. Like this dude got the poor man's white cape on, and he say he living a life of luxury. Get out of here, man.
What life of luxury?
That's what it's called. The life of luxury. NSO, living a life of luxury.
Is that
Yeah.
that really?
Yeah, that's really what it's called.
It's the Legend of Zelda,
Okay, so
the
like-
Life of Luxury edition or whatever.
Let me figure this out. So if you go visit me right at DC Central Kitchen, where you know that's where we go out, you know, the homeless people get to eat on the holidays and stuff, right? If you come visit me there and I just happen to be eating a turkey leg there, am I living the life of luxury or am I just have a good meal for that day? 'Cause that's what NSO is right now. Until we get a full library of games, I just got that one turkey leg, and that's The Legend of Zelda.
My dude just made the illest analogy. Talking about turkey legs, and I just ate. Now I'm hungry again. Thanks, Rob.
I can make that reference because I go drop off food every Thanksgiving and every Christmas at DC Central Kitchen. Shout out to all my homeless folk down there. We down there every year.
Wow.
I got metaphors. This is why I rapped. Tell Sway, holla at me. How? Sway?
I mean, he already gave you a chance. He already gave you a shot. I'm sure you can get back on there.
And I murdered. That's what I did. They put me on there and I killed it.
Yeah, you did. You kind of went off. But that'll be for a music podcast, which will probably be on Twitch one day.
Yeah. We can do that talk then. But the point is, NSO, do better and give us Dreamcast games for now. That's what I'm talking about.
Nintendo. So if we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch Online, let's talk about how we're going into the month of October with only like 4 new games on there, NES games at that. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. What up, G5? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The whole thing with NSO and us getting all these games, I'm not impressed. In fact, someone said one has to go, and they chose between the Nintendo Switch. They chose between the GameCube, the N64, and the NES. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be real. The NES
chose
can,
the wrong choice.
the NES, the NES can go. It didn't say which one didn't have to be created. Of course, the NES paved the way for all these systems. But if I had to choose between all 4 of them, I'm gonna be real. The NES is gonna get the least played. Because I have way more memories playing the N64. I have way more memories playing GoldenEye. Way more memories playing No Mercy.
You ain't getting GoldenEye.
I don't know if I'm letting the NES go.
No, out of those four, which one brings
giving us the games that nobody played on the NES? Like nobody played the games they're giving us on NSO. Period.
Except
Solomon's Key is amazing.
Except for Super Mario Brothers 3.
One game.
And Super Mario Brothers 3 and Legend of Zelda are the games people played. But give us Legend of Zelda 2, please.
Give us the whole Mario Brothers lineup.
Yes, I agree with that.
If there's a critique like that I have with the, what was that?
Is Dr. Mario on there? I can't remember.
Yeah, it is.
The one critique I have for the NES, the NES games you get for the online is the slow rollout.
Yeah.
If they put even 10 games a month on there, that would be much better than the 3 that it looks like we're getting each month. And
they got them all. They're not going to tell me though. I have every NES game that exists. Period. I already have them in emulation form. They exist.
Yes.
So I know Nintendo got them. So it's not like they're like, oh, we can't put them on there. Yeah, I could put them on there. Y'all just don't want to yet. So you keep giving us the flea market games. That's what they're giving us right now. Them games you go out to the flea market, the games that everybody's okay with selling because they're not going to sell the actual good games like that. That's what they're giving us right now. Like that's all we're getting. We're not even getting the obscure good games. Like where's Xanadu?
Xanadu? Yeah.
And see how
Star Tropics.
I used to say Xanadu, but it's actually Xanadu. I learned, but that could be a dope game that a lot of people didn't know about back in the day. You throw it on NSO, now they can actually grow a fan base. Like, but no, you want to give us golf?
Hey man,
right.
Some people just want to play golf.
Not on Nintendo Entertainment System. We
Not
don't.
me.
I disagree. I like NES Golf. So
You like NES golf?
I do.
How many hours did you really dig deep?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how many hours you gave that one in comparison to Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
Tell you what.
Oh,
that's not
a
fair.
comparison.
That's a comparison.
That's like saying
You can give hours
with-
to Xanadu.
with Golf Story on the Switch.
Give
I
hours
would put it.
to Final Fantasy.
I tell you, I'd be pretty happy to get like DuckTales or Rescue Rangers, but I know that's never going to happen.
DuckTales would be.
Give us
I
the
think that'd be a
first
license
Teenage
issue.
Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah.
You can put hours in on that. But we got golf.
You hate golf so much.
Like it's just like
Seeing as I'm the only intellectual on this topic, I'll just.
look, man, golf is cool, son. But don't give golf like the big poster position, like that's the joint. We didn't play golf back then.
we
I
did
think
that.
sold golf. I'm pretty sure we sold golf back in the day. I'm almost sure of it.
Golf is when you play when you got older. It's like, okay, I can play this.
My father played the most like sinkhole of NES games ever. He gave golf no time. He gave Tetris 2 his life. His life was dedicated to Tetris 2. Golf? Come on, man. Nobody play golf. The guy who made golf don't play golf.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
He don't play golf. They put the golf little Easter egg in the Switch and nobody cared. They did it one time. That was it. Nobody played golf. Tiger Woods didn't play any
Oh my gosh.
Tiger Woods said, I'm going to the actual green. Tap these buttons. These concave buttons. Who wants to press these? And have the reaction time to the buttons be late. Who wants to do that?
Oh man.
Hey, man, nobody played golf is my point. Everybody that was real played Super Mario Brothers 3. Nobody looked at golf. The first game over. Who wants to play golf? No one. What's track and field? Who got the power pad? Nobody want to play
My
golf.
dude said the power path. Let's play Duck Hunt.
Yeah, Duck. I mean, everybody want to play Duck. It had a gun.
That's what I remember.
Nobody had a fake golf club peripheral. Nobody cared.
Oh man.
Cared about golf.
NES Golf is a good game, guys. Don't let this guy up on you.
I think golf is a good game, but it's not going to hold NSO down. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, I hope Nintendo just takes every other NES game off there and just leaves golf on there now.
Honestly,
Now you're just trolling.
yeah. Honestly, if they do that, they will never see a refund go through their process faster than. I'm coming there with the fury of a single white mom at an Apple store.
Oh wow.
It's getting real. Apple Care told me. I was told by Apple Care that I could play for Xanadu. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh, the quest was here.
But we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic. We got to talk about the Smash roster leak. This possible leak of the entire game, of all the entire roster leak for the game, and parts of it I believe, parts of it I'm kind of like, bruh, really? Chorus Kids, really?
Yeah,
that's not the part that I would. Chorus Kids were actually heavily considered for Smash Wii U and 3DS. Sakurai loves
But
the
why?
You can say why. You can say why. But it's true.
No. Like for me, okay. Ken makes sense, okay?
Yeah.
Shadow makes sense, okay?
Yes.
Isaac makes sense. Isaac really makes sense.
Isaac better be in the game.
Banjo even makes sense. You can put Duck Hunt in the game. You can put Banjo in the game. In fact, if you didn't put Banjo in the game and put Duck Hunt in the game, I would have a problem with that because Duck Hunt is pointless. No, I'm serious. Like Duck Hunt is really pointless. Like literally, you're fighting against the things you shot at in the game. Like the little guy who shoots and everything. You don't really shoot with anything with him. You barely shoot. You have like this little homing disc, this homing frisbee, and an exploding can. That's what you have.
They don't get their revenge after all these years.
They don't.
I think.
Okay. No. There will be no hating on Mr. Game & Watch in this chat. Mr. Game & Watch is that dude. Okay, he is that dude. He comes through with the hammers. Okay. When there's trouble, he has to hammer on him. And he knows what he has to do with it. So Mr. Game & Watch can stay. Chorus Kids can go.
For debate's sake, Duck Hunt also brings the hammers, technically.
The leak is fake, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not real.
It's definitely not
real. But it's fun.
It's fun to talk about.
It's very
when it first came out, before we had all the information regarding it, I was probably about a 70-30 chance it was real. Now it's kind of reversed.
The moment I saw Chorus Kids, I was like, it's fake.
Point is, Chorus Kids.
Again, if Chorus Kids get announced for the game, don't be surprised.
I mean, KG does have a fair point though. It's like if you got Game & Watch in the game, then you got Chorus Kids, and that is a fair assessment. If I take out being biased and me being extra right now, that is a very fair assessment. I agree with that. But I
the character that was on this leak though that I want the most is
Isaac?
Mock Rider. Isaac, but I think he's going to be in the game. But just the out there character, I want Mock Rider in the game.
Yo, listen. All that's well and good. All I want right now is Corona. That's it. Just put Corona in the game.
It's not.
Chrono from Chrono Trigger?
Yes.
It's not going to happen.
If you could put Isaac, a forgotten RPG, because everyone forgets about
Nintendo owned RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
They got. I don't want to hear that. They got Cloud. You got Cloud. I don't want to hear that. They got Cloud. Make it happen.
That's actually a very good rebuttal. I'm actually mad at that. How dare you? How dare you become a battle rapper in the middle of the podcast? When did you become Charlie Clips? What is this? I don't like.
I hung around battle rappers in college for 5 years.
Start making points. Something's going on with my Fridays now. Like what's going on here? Okay,
listen, I hung around battle rappers for 5 years, man.
Make a good point about Cloud being the reason Chrono can be there.
That is the truth. They're both the same company. They're all buddy now.
Oh, yeah, it's even worse because Cloud wasn't even on Nintendo.
That's not true. He was in multiple other games.
Before, prior.
Where?
We're talking about prior before the 3DS. He means like naturally.
Yeah. He was on the Game Boy Advance and Kingdom Hearts. Chain of Memories.
Really? You gonna pull that card?
Yes, I will.
That was way after Final Fantasy.
Because Kingdom Hearts is not overrated.
That was a shot at KG. That was actually nicely done too. But
shot glizzy.
Seriously though, yeah, Corona should be in the game. Like literally, if you could put Isaac, if you could put Cloud in the game.
How do you translate Chrono to Nintendo Switch Online graphics? Because it's not like he's a flat 2D character like Mr. Game & Watch, and it's not like he's a fully 3D model like Cloud. So where do we go from there? Do we make him 2.5 illustrated?
Well, let me think about this. Because you could actually say the same about Ness, because Ness wasn't originally that either before he was made.
Yeah, but Ness is more cartoony.
Yeah, but they say still form nests. So the way they form nests, they could do it. Same way they formed Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon wasn't really a skin. He just raced. He was just in his speed racer the whole time. So they could do it. They could draw.
I have confidence the Smash team could come up with something.
Listen, you know what I'll be mad at?
Chrono Trigger is my favorite game of all time, so I personally love it. I'm not going to act like I wouldn't dig that, but
You know what I would be mad at? And this is a lot coming from me because this game is the first RPG I ever played. If we get Geno and don't get the Chrono, I'll be mad.
you're still going to play it.
I know, of course. Of course I'm going to play it.
Like, I will not get this if Geno's in it.
You're like, someone's getting a strongly worded letter.
I'm getting, yo, listen. I'm getting that game day one. In fact, night one. I'm actually going to be streaming the Game Awards late at night, and I'm going to leave during the Game Awards to watch the Game Awards to go to Walmart to go pick up the game just to come back over here and play it live midnight, 12 midnight. Yeah, that's what's going down. December 6th.
You out here buying physical games. You real with it. I see.
Avidan's gonna Metroid Prime Trilogy getting announced for the Switch.
Okay, that's nice.
I'll be downloading every game I ever get. So
listen. I want that controller.
That
controller looks nice.
I got too many.
I'd like that Ultimate Edition, but I don't think it's ever going to come back in stock at Best Buy.
But you know what though? But that all depends because if they're not going to get the if they're not going to put the actual game on the Switch, the actual Ultimate Edition in my Walmart, I'm going to stay home. I'm going to just pull a move like you and just download it. Because I just want that case. The main reason why I'm buying it is for that nice metal black case with the controller. That's all I want.
Yep.
And if I can't get that, there's no point in me going to the store. There's no point in me. Listen, man. Rob, I'm in the middle of nowhere. You are. You think I'm going to go out to that? You think I'm going to go out to that boony Walmart and walk in there and try to get a game and come back home? Let
me keep it a buck, dog. Where you live, I'm surprised you go outside anywhere at night. I'd be afraid of everything. So the fact that you would make that trek for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, I'm like halfway surprised and half not. But at the same time, like
I got 3 words for that.
I'm not going out in the nothingness of there for no controller.
I got 3 words for that. I'm from Brooklyn.
now he's really a battle rapper.
There's a solution though. You could for sure get the controller when it's back up on Amazon.
Shut up.
Let's go.
Shut up.
Let's go. Be logical. You need more of that.
Amazon is trash.
Rebuttal him.
Amazon,
give him 3 of them things. Let's go.
Amazon is trash when it comes to delivering their video games.
Amazon, we're not going to get into that right now. How you doing, Amazon?
Wait, you said you wanted the Smash Bros. Ultimate Special Edition? It comes with the case and everything?
Yeah, for Walmart.
But only from Walmart.
Yeah.
They got it at GameStop right now.
Yeah, the GameStop around me is trash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do it. Okay. All right, so story time. So literally, I was just gonna go ahead and get this game for the Switch. I was actually by the Walmart, and across from the Walmart is a GameStop. So I go over there and see if I could put that down as a pre-order. The dude was like, "There's no more pre-orders." So what this dude tried to do is say, we can have it delivered. You can stuff it delivered to you. I said, "Nah, man," because I wanted that the night of. So he said, "Okay, we could just have it delivered here at the store." I was like, so he was charging me for shipping, which was flag number 1. So when I got to him, I said, "Wait a second." I said, now there's 2 things with this. I said, I want to get it the night of. Now I know you guys have a pre-order shipment, and you guys have a shipment that comes later on that day. That's for the store shipment itself. You guys separate your shipments. And the guy paused for a little bit because he didn't think I knew that. So he was like, "Well, nah, man, if you just come over that night and everything and just come by, you can come here and you should be able to pick it up." I said, "Okay, but give me this scenario. Let's say you guys have 5 pre-orders for the sake of the argument, right? I'm the 6th person to get there. Would I be able to pick mine up?" And he couldn't give me an answer. I was like, No deal, boss. No deal, boss. I'm out.
Yeah.
Literally, here's the thing. I couldn't. Here's where they were trying to catch me with the okie doke. He said I had to pay for the full price there. I couldn't put like no $5 or $25 down. I had to pay the full like $100 on the spot. Like, nah, B. Nah, I ain't doing it.
It sounds like a drug deal to me. That's what it sounds like. You was buying your video game stuff from Frank Lucas. What's going on here? You from Brooklyn?
Yeah. Yeah.
You from Brooklyn, son?
Yeah.
Purple tops, gold tops, yellow tops, and switch.
That's you pretty much getting more why I am the way I am.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I get it. I'm scared of y'all. Scared of y'all, son.
Oh man, but pretty much though, with the leak itself, I think the leak is half real, half fake. I feel like they got some things they could probably guess right. You know, if you just looked at the trailers enough and look at a few key points. For instance, Knuckles is now the assist trophy now instead of Shadow, so that could hint at Shadow being an Echo Fighter now. Ken, if you want to talk about Echo Fighters, it makes sense to make Ken as an Echo Fighter. So I feel like those two they probably are right about.
Ken was an Echo Fighter before Echo Fighters existed.
Oh man, this dude is. See, now,
Am I lying?
No, you're not. You throwing out points now. So we're point throwing here.
Ken was an Echo Fighter in Street Fighter 2.
Oh man, and he didn't become his own character. I will arguably say he did not become his own character until the Alpha series. No, Super Street Fighter. But more so,
I wasn't aware he became his own character.
Nah, like his specials became more of his own in Super Street, and like more so in the Alpha series.
I just saw him as Western Ryu. That's all he was.
I mean, he could burn you in the flames.
He was like, hey, we need one of these guys for the West. We need one to represent for him. Let's give him some blonde hair and give him another Hadouken.
Super Andrew 64 said something that you would like. He said Goku for Smash.
Yes.
Vegeta for Smash.
Goku for Smash.
No.
No one cares about Vegeta. Gosh, like.
Yo, where my band button at?
Come on, man.
Also, I did get Dragon Ball FighterZ for the Switch this week, Evan. I forgot to tell you.
Oh yeah, I didn't get it for Switch yet.
I got it for PS4.
I got it for
It's my first time
Xbox
playing
and
it.
PS4.
It's great.
Huh?
It's my first time playing it. It's great.
It is. It's a great Vegeta. Who? What? How dare you, Rufus? See, Edward. Yes, thank you. Goku sucks. Goku is evil. Okay. Goku
how about
is
this?
evil.
Hold on. How about this? Dragon Ball sucks.
Whoa!
How about you?
Whoa!
That's rough.
Whoa! First of all,
whoa! That's like going into a blood neighborhood and screaming "Crip." What are you doing here? What is really going on here? What is really happening? Please put your blue flag away.
How dare you?
He got the nerve to have a red logo. What's really going on here? What's really going on here? How dare you talk about that blasphemy? That blaspheme. Dragon Ball sucks. Are you crazy? That's Dragon Ball the reason I got this beard right now, cuz you lunching.
Wait, hold on. I meant to tell you should probably shave that.
Never. It's illustrious. It's like remember you ever heard the story of Samson and his locks? That's this beard right here. That's what this is.
First, see, me and Robbie could agree here. Once you get the beard at a certain level, it's like
you don't get rid of it.
You can't get rid of it
because you never get it back.
You cannot get rid of this anymore.
Look at my eyes right now. The fear of not getting it back is real. Because this is gonna go one day. You see all this in your head? This will go one day. And guess what?
But this will stay.
This will be your only saving grace. This will be it. You're bald. Your hairline's gonna look like a cinnamon toast crunch swirl, right?
Oh,
so you gotta get rid of it. It's gonna be throwing up gang signs in the front. You can't keep this no more once this happens. But if you got the beard with the baldy, you live to see another 2 decades. It's all good.
Oh man, like you hit.
I don't think that's how Samson's story went, though. Just
I mean,
I'm just expressing this represents the strength. That's it. That's the only part I had there. I ain't got nothing else for you. Everything else is derivative. This is derivative works.
It's like if the hair, hey man,
fair use laws in this one.
man. But Goku. But listen, I've been saying Goku for Smash for the longest time. I would wonder if they would actually do that. If they did, I would be surprised.
If they did, he would be the last character they reveal. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Like what's bigger than that? Like there are characters that many others would rather have in the game.
I actually have one. I have one people arguably say is bigger than him. I don't agree with it, but I have one people say is bigger than him.
Karna?
Nope, Naruto. A lot of people.
I would agree, but
see.
Yeah. Yeah, Naruto. Yeah.
But if we're talking here, who has the bigger history?
Goku, easy. Goku. Yeah.
Easily Goku.
Speaking objectively, non-biased from which character I like, Goku would be bigger.
Goku, listen, man. This dude perfected a new technique and forgot how to use it after the tournament was over. Which, listen, I'm not going to even get into this too much, but the writing for Dragon Ball Super.
Are you talking about Ultra Instinct?
I am talking about Ultra Instinct.
Are you talking about that level that Vegeta didn't even reach?
Oh, really? We're going to go there? We're going to go there? But I mean, Vegeta hit a new level of Super Saiyan Blue that Goku never hit yet, and he still knows how to do it though.
That still wasn't as tight as Ultra Instinct.
But he took out a god though. He took out a god though.
Vegeta's
took out a god order by himself though.
Vegeta's training and fighting skills are much like his height. It always comes up just a little short.
Oh, I mean, we're the short guys though, man. How you gonna go at him like that?
Yeah, but you know what? Unlike Vegeta, I'm actually honorable.
No spoiler talk. no spoiler talk. All right, KG said no spoiler talk. Okay, my bad.
No spoilers.
All right, but we're not gonna get too much into Dragon Ball Z. We're gonna go into the last topic of the night, and this is something that I actually feel kind of like I'm in the middle about this. Game Pass may be available in the future on the PC.
Yes.
And this to me could be, it really depends on how Xbox, it depends on how Microsoft markets this. If Microsoft markets this as like, hey, you just do this on the PC, it could be their downfall. But if they market this well with their Project X Cloud, then it's going to be curtains for the industry, because this is actually, no, not for the industry, because Nintendo is really carving their own niche. It's going to be Microsoft's way of finally carving its own niche for itself. And it's going to make video games way more interesting again, because as of right now, being totally unbiased, when it comes to video games, the only company that sets themselves apart is Nintendo. That's not being biased. That's just me stating facts right now. 9 times out of 10, for this whole generation with Xbox One and PlayStation 4, it's just a battle of the graphics for the best third party for the third party games. That's all it was. Third party games and which console had the better graphics for that third party game. And that's kind of boring to me. I want to see where consoles can be real innovative all over again, and see where these companies can offer a service that makes me say, you know what? I want to have all three of these things so I can experience I can have three different experiences on 3 different consoles. So looking forward, if Xbox, I keep saying Xbox, if Microsoft markets this properly, then I feel this could be really good for them. But Rob, I want you to go ahead and take this one first, at least.
Well, I've just been waiting for this moment, honestly. They've been teasing Xbox and PC being linked up. It's like, now this, remember how before we said it was like stepping into a blood neighborhood and screaming Crip? Like this right here is like when the Bloods and Crips got together and tied the rags and squashed it all. Like that's what this is.
Back in '96 with Tupac.
That was before Tupac, actually.
That was
like Pac was still alive. This is probably that was like 94.
94.
Like 94.
Yeah, before his death.
So this is PC and Xbox. This is them just having they tying the rags together right now, because like everybody knows how they do with the consoles, and then PC Master Race and and Xbox and PC are blurring those lines, and we're saying, hey, we're both here for you. You want to play a
You know
little bit of
why?
this? Why's that? I want to hear this.
Because PC is a Microsoft platform.
This is facts, but it still builds a bridge for us to go ahead and get
It
that
does.
connection going. You know what I'm saying? Like we need more of that, especially since PS4 whores itself out and only wants to do cross-platform with PC for real anyway. So this is the bridge to PC, PS4, Xbox. Aha! We're gonna get that cross-platform anyway.
Dun 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 dun.
It's genius. It's freaking genius. And Switch already been on board for the cross-platform. Xbox already been on board for the cross-platform. Sony's now getting on it because they're realizing, oh, people actually want this, and we can't just flex with our money talk anymore. They was like, yeah, I just feel like we play games best on our platform, and the people who use the platform like, no, we want to play with our friends that got other consoles too.
I won't understand. I will not understand Sony's marketing, and their marketing changed when their president changed. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys right now?
Sony runs their marketing like the skins run everything.
Oh,
that's what they do. Yeah, we should change the name of the franchise. No, we shouldn't. Yes, you should.
You a Cowboys fan or a Skins fan?
Who, me?
Yeah,
I'm a long-time Skins fan. Right now, I'm up in the air because
I mean, at least you guys beat the Cowboys last.
Oh yeah, I mean that always feels good because I'm tired of Bamas that live in DC being Dallas Cowboys fan. Like you know nothing about Texas. You've never been to a hoedown, like ever. Like let's be real here.
That was the loudest.
You've never caught cattle. Like,
bro, I think everyone heard that ball hit the goalpost. I think everyone heard it.
It was amazing. It was so sexy. It was the goalpost heard around the world. It was amazing. I've never been so happy about a missed field goal in my life. Because this time it came with sound effects. Like we don't usually get that type of entertainment in NFL losses. It doesn't happen.
And you don't. And at the last play too.
The last play, which happened because the guy on the Cowboys had a snap infraction right before it. It's beautiful. There's nothing better than a heartbreaking Cowboys loss. Like it's okay to lose, but when it's one that crushes your soul,
you're done for the season.
That's what we're here for.
I feel like they're done for the season.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm back on NBA season right now anyway because again, my man Kaepernick. I'm not really big into it, but for the area, because a lot of people don't realize how serious the Skins and Cowboys thing is in the DC area. Like it's serious. It is dead serious because pretty much this area is split between Cowboys and Skins fans.
It's civil war. Every time when those two play, it is literally civil war in those parts.
Yep.
I'm a Cowboys fan and they're trash. That's what Rufus says. And Rufus, you from New York, right? Sheesh.
Yeah, Cowboys got fans everywhere. That's the thing. They got that whole quote unquote America's team thing. And I'm like, yeah, but the guy who runs your team is running around with like strippers in the joints. So I'm not sure if that's really what you want to represent America.
We'll get it.
Even though that's about as American as it gets, but still.
We'll get into that in the Q&A. We'll banter about that more in the Q&A. Let's get back into Xbox let's get back to Xbox PC with this Game Pass. Because for me, I think it's a pretty decent idea if they do it right.
That's gonna be dope.
It seems you're on board. And who else? NX, what about you, man?
Yeah, I have to agree with what Rob said, but I don't think this is that big of a deal because I think the way Microsoft sees it is as long as you're paying us and you're playing our games, we don't care where you play them. And I think Sony did a streaming service for their PS3 games on PC. I think they have one. Actually, I would have to double check that, but it's not the first time we've seen something like this.
It comes down to execution, I feel.
KG React says Game Pass on Switch would be a winner.
I don't think Nintendo would allow that. Though.
NSO being useful. That would be a winner. That would be a winner. Let's focus on that.
You coming in with the uppercuts.
Hey man, look man, they taking my money, man. Like, dude, give me something. If I'm giving you money, give me something. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, all right. I'm gonna say this about NSO. Actually, no, I'll save that for the end. I want Josh's thoughts on this whole thing because Josh had a lot to say about this too.
So initially, when we talked about this very briefly before the show started, I was like, why? You already have a problem with exclusives. Why would you, just segment that out further and devalue your platform? And in the short term, I would say that sounds like a goofy idea to me. But as a long-term strategy, especially considering the plans that they have in store with Project xCloud, I think it makes a lot of sense, especially if you want to, sort of condition consumers or sort of paint yourself as, the one company who's trying to be more open and allow things like crossplay. I think there's a lot of, ground to gain there. And again, I still think that this Project xCloud thing could really help them just dominate the next generation if they do it right, or maybe the subsequent one. But what's really interesting is if we, kind of get this scenario where, kind of like NX says, where Microsoft's like, we don't care where you play our games as long as you're playing it, on, through our servers, like our Azure platform or something like that, using Project xCloud. If it gets to the point where that technology, that streaming technology is so good that a company like Sony can't even compete from a technical perspective, which tends to be one of the biggest arenas in which they compete, is these spec wars that we see every generation. I almost wonder if we could see a weird future come to fruition where Microsoft gives that technology to Sony, or Sony has to purchase it from them just to stay competitive. And maybe they could leverage that and say, yeah, that'll facilitate crossplay, or if they're using back-end Microsoft technology anyways. I don't think it'll come to that, because there are other options out there. They could use like Amazon Web Services, for example. I think Google has its own cloud platform that could technically facilitate that same type of delivery for this type of content. But yeah, I would say as a long-term strategy, it makes more sense to me after thinking about it more fully when you throw Project xCloud on the mix. As a short-term strategy, or at least as an outsider looking at it, I'm just like, that just seems like the dumbest thing ever.
Right. I can dig that. I don't know, man. We're gonna see what happens. I put such little faith into Sony and what they do, because they don't even have backwards compatibility. Like, what is PS Now really? What is PS Now really? Like, honestly, nobody cares.
A streaming service on the PC and PS4.
Yeah, and you don't even go all the way back to PS1. You don't even go all the way back to PS1 at all. Like, what's the point? Yeah, I was wondering where Avidan went. I was like, oh, did somebody kidnap him? Somebody call 911.
I was just talking about that. Okay, so we're pretty much and we're gonna go into Q&A, guys. Yo, Robert Payne, what's going on, my dude? Yo, we're gonna go into Q&A. We're gonna go into notifications, guys. I said notifications. We're gonna go into Q&A, my peeps, and I'm gonna play back the music for you guys. Play back the music as we're in Q&A. But while we're in Q&A, I want to just show you guys on hand, because I was wearing them before, but some of you guys are not always in. We are in the time with merch. So I only have 2 merch to show you guys right now. We have this shirt. You can get this in the merch store. And we also have this one of the latest ones. Conquer your platform, homies. So we got more merch, link down below. And the reason why I'm showing you guys off the merch is because it's something that I feel as though I'm doing more creatively outside of just merch for you guys. It's actually something that I'm actually taking time to create. Being more of a creator myself, and I feel as though it's another way that I could express myself creatively. So if you guys want to check that out, that's another thing you can check out. Also for live streams, Twitch in the description down below. So those are 2 options for you. No pressure. This is just giving you more options where you could check out your boys. So Rob, we got to talk about this this football. Like, we got to talk about how, sadly, when it comes to what we talk about with football, we said we're gonna talk about that later on.
Yeah, that was one of the things.
I forgot what it even was already. Oh, wow.
Just the whole, the aspects of, Jerry Jones and his debauchery, and the racial undertones of Dan Snyder not changing the name and things that type of nature. Just the effery that they're doing. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
We have a question from Tony, and Tony says, what are your thoughts of Sony censoring a Japanese visual novel? I'm not going to try to pronounce that. While the PC version remains uncensored.
Is that the one localized by, it's Exceed, I think? he can correct me on that if that's wrong.
If not, but if Sony is censoring it, Sony is going to live up to their narrative. It's for the kids, because that's why they didn't want to do cross-play in the first place. They were thinking about the kids. That's why. What is negative 49 plus 5 times 4? And these are in brackets and parentheses. I left algebra back at UMES. That's what I'm gonna say.
I thought that.
Okay, so Tony,
Negative 176.
to answer the previous question, I think it's stupid on Sony's part because this is a series of games that wasn't censored on their platform before. It had the same exact modes and stuff, and you can get into whatever you want about the morality of the said modes and what kind of game it is, but these have not been censored on their platforms before, so why censor it now?
Well, what type of game is this?
Have you ever heard of the Senran Kagura series?
Nah, never heard. What is this? Please enlighten me. Because I know it's wild games. So that's why I'm like, it may be something that needs to be censored, but what is it?
Basically, well, I mean, this is a PG rated stream. So
I just love listening to NX trying to figure out how to explain this.
The fact that you had to say that says it probably needs to be censored. Like,
there is a point to that. I'm not denying that, but what I'm saying is there are people who don't like censoring, and if this game series has not been censored on the system before and it had the same exact mode, why censor it now?
Because people change, people grow. You know, at one point blackface was acceptable, so like now it's not. People grow, people change.
That word influencer is interesting to me.
I mean, if they feel that bad about it,
influencing people to do what?
I'm pretty sure
a lot of people call them
do that. Like, there's always ways around if you don't like that one way. That's just the way I see it. The fact that you had to like stammer so much and how to explain it while keeping this a PG stream says, it probably needs to be censored, dog. Like, it's probably a real reason for it. So, you know, whoever it has,
I can tell you that Nintendo probably isn't going to censor that stuff, though. That's what I can say.
Well, that's because Nintendo is all about putting the what do they call that, the shovelware all inside the Nintendo eStore.
All the time.
Anything like golf.
They're not regulating anything right now.
Golf.
You know what got managed better than that though? The PS Vita.
Oh, that felt so good to have somebody else say it.
It's a good system.
I'm just gonna sit here and let the weight of that sit in for Avidan while he tries to gloss over it.
Yo, we were cool up until that point, man. You really had to pull a 50 Cent, did you?
I had to do it because last week a PS Vita moment happened and there was no way to really use it.
You had to pull a 50 Cent, did you? You had to pull a sneak diss track, did you? I see you.
Avidan, what's the first key to success? Whether it's in relationships, business, anything.
The first key to success?
Yes, the first key.
Well, it depends on your perspective.
You're married, so you should know this. I said in relationships, business, and anything. What's the first key to success?
First of all, you gotta love yourself.
What is this Dr. Phil answer? The first key is consistency.
Well, no, hey, listen, you made the question super broad. That's why I say it could be anywhere. Because guess what? You may not understand what consistency means if you don't know the first part of that.
You're married, you know what consistency means.
Of course I know what it is. I didn't know what angle you was coming at.
About that thing. It's there.
I didn't know what angle you was coming at. I was just like, oh, okay.
Man, it's consistency. So I had to consistently get that PS Vita moment in there. Because it's only right. It's only right, man. It's only right.
You kick rocks. Oh man. But Tony had other questions. What are your brother's thoughts on that? Is Rob Rigo, by the way, Tony, if you don't know him, on Capcom releasing 3 more Resident Evil games on the Switch 2019. Okay, we were supposed to talk about that too, actually. I think that's actually a brilliant idea on Capcom's part. I can't believe I put Capcom and brilliant in the same sentence, but it's a brilliant idea by them. It's an idea that I feel as though would do really well, and it's going to sell well on the Switch. I have no doubts about it. So I'll pass this on to you guys.
There's millions of Switches out there. Why not? And I'm personally, I can't wait because I was going to buy Resident Evil 4 for like the 50th time for the PlayStation 4, and now I don't have to because I can get it for the Switch.
Why not your Vita? Get it for your Vita.
Why are you like this? We're having a perfect discussion. You have to bring this back into it. This is partially Rob's fault, but it was fun in games when I was weak.
No. See,
now it's less comfortable.
Don't blame that on me. I didn't mind in the perfect timing. Okay, he just brought it back with a follow-up shot.
With the subtlety of a sledgehammer, I agree.
That was the double tap. You ever seen Zombieland? He just did the double tap. Okay, that's the problem.
I will say the PS Vita does not have NES Golf, so
that's a strong point.
Wow. So Rob did the setup. I did the finishing. I did the punch out, and then Alex did the finishing blow. Nice.
Yeah. This has been your daily lesson in gang fights, people. This is how they do it, okay?
and if
you've never seen it, you just saw it happen.
And if you're by yourself, run.
Yeah.
Like really run. But anyway, what happened to the failed Microsoft phone?
What?
There are many.
They retreated.
Plenty of Windows phones. I don't.
Windows phones are trash.
Windows phones canceled.
Yeah, Windows phones had great cameras, and that was it.
They did. You know what? You know what? As a matter of fact, you're right because which Microsoft took control of Nokia, and Nokia had the best cameras. That's why their cameras improved.
Yep, they should have improved their operating system. That's what they should have did.
Their operating system was utter trash.
Nobody wants to use Microsoft Windows 8 tiles on their phone.
But you know what's good? Cortana, the Microsoft Launcher app on your phone is actually pretty decent.
Oh yeah, on Android, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
the Launcher app is pretty good. Microsoft Launcher, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, it's not Nova, but it's pretty good.
Tony says, "Do you guys think Night Trap 25th anniversary on the Switch is going to sell more than the PS Vita?" Oh, I see what you did there, Tony.
Hey, first off, I've played Night Trap on the Switch, and it's actually I like it. I wish I had gotten that physically, just because, not because the game itself is amazing. It's not. It's garbage, but it's fun garbage in that schlocky B-movie horror kind of way. And the thing I loved about it is it came with, I think, 2 separate documentaries. So whether you get the digital or the physical, these are both kind of cool inclusions, and it's hilarious to see all these like old white dudes freaking out when they were doing video game legislation back in the 90s, and they were like, well, I was disgusted by it, and I found it to be,
none of them ever saw anything about the game.
This game will never be on a Nintendo system.
Like they saw nothing about the game, and they're just like, we're gonna ride this horse into the ground.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with this one. And it was,
they were furious.
The game is almost like infuriatingly tame after all you get for it.
Yeah, I think the most like risque thing they had was the scene in the bathroom where she's in a nightgown and then she gets attacked.
Yeah, and it's not even attacked. It's like, hey, we're just gonna pull you over here real quick. Right. It's like
we're gonna ask you to walk over here.
It's the nicest kidnapping ever. Like that movie is. I mean, that's what it is. It's a movie. It's a playable movie.
Yeah,
a very popular genre back then. Like PC games were like unruly at that time. Like there were so many other games they could have brought up that were crazy with the whole FMV sequences back then.
Yeah, Phantasmagoria was way worse.
No, they had people faces melting and body parts being taken off in them type of games. Like them things make me uncomfortable as a kid. Now it's just like you look back and you're like, Night Trap had nothing on that.
Yeah.
Think you've seen Fear.
But Rufus had a question for us as well. He says, what are your thoughts on the Chinese cell phone company making knockoff Joy-Cons? I actually saw that, and
I heard nothing of that.
Honestly, I think Nintendo should be scared.
No.
Oh, come on. Get out of here.
All right, I'm a really comment on this because this is like flashbacks of last week's episode where we discussed that abysmal Mate 20X, the Huawei phone. And it seems like China sees the marketing potential and the marketing power of the Switch. So it's like they're trying everything they can to put their phones and their stuff out there and say, hey, our stuff could do this too. And it's like, I think they're all forgetting that the Nintendo Switch is not a mobile device. It is a hybrid device that has mobile functionalities. If you're not making a hybrid, you don't fit in the same conversation. Point blank, period.
You made a
they totally know this. I mean, this is just a marketing ploy. To me, they got millions of dollars in free advertising because if there's one thing the gaming community is, it's heated and opinionated. They knew the second they made a comparison with the Nintendo Switch or them ripping it off, they were just going to get tons of free press out of it. That's exactly what happened. No serious gamer is going to take a product like that seriously.
The problem is nobody's going to buy it, though. You got free press for nothing.
Exactly. Here's the thing. And people I'm going to use this example because, you know, Rob could vouch for this. People in the music industry have been sold a lie of there is no such thing as bad press. Good press is good press. Bad press is still good press. No,
that's a lie.
That is a lie. That is a complete lie, and I'm going to prove it to you right now.
Wait, what's your position again?
Basically, people were saying that good press is good press and bad press is still good press. That used to be a long time belief for a lot of people. I'm going to go ahead and dispel that for you right now. First of all, when it comes down to press, especially now in the age of social media, once your credibility is shot, you're done. Like, you're done. There is almost no coming back from your credibility being destroyed. Now, you could try to come back.
I don't know, man. Philip Mewson, he came back last week, didn't he?
How did that turn out?
I mean, the dude's still getting tons of views. I mean, granted, you could say that rides some of the controversy. And let's look at his thumbs up and thumbs down.
It depends on how he does it. It depends. You can use Philip, but it's at the same time, Philip did things in a way where first of all, he ducked down for 2 months. Second of all, he ducked down for 2 months. Second of all, Philip has a community of people that still like him for what he does. So his credibility wasn't technically shot that much. Because there was still enough people, because if you watch the ratio of the video, it's split between 50-50. If you have a 50-50 ratio, you can still live. It wasn't like, when I say your credibility is shot, I'm talking about 90-10.
I mean, he was still in articles, but I guess.
Yeah, he was still in articles. he was in articles, but it's like, yo, that's still his man. You look at the comments, a lot of people with a lot of clout, a lot of people that are like who have more followings than him, they were like, hey, it's good to have you back, good to see you doing your stuff, glad you're taking time to make videos again. There was people actually encouraging him.
I mean that's a given. I mean, even MC Hammer still has fans. Like, that's just what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna act like MC Hammer didn't come out in the thong and hanging with Death Row. That happened. He still had fans. It was sad, but it happened.
I mean, it's not credibility shooting, but it's embarrassing. So I don't think it's just shooting.
No, that was credibility shooting. That was because you were he was gangster rapping in a thong, son. Like, that's credibility.
Yeah, you're right.
After being like the dance hit guy.
All right, fine. All right, KG, I'm done. KG gave me the ultimate rebuttal that I gotta shut up now. I'm wrong. I'm wrong because KG just said even Chris Brown still has fans.
He does. He's trash. He's like pure trash. Like, he's a great singer, but he's trash as a person.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just hang it up on that.
Dang it, Chris. Had to be from VA.
I'm just gonna hang it up on that. There's no point. But,
hey, yo, Avidan, are we gonna talk about what we kind of mentioned in the DMs earlier? Or are we gonna leave that one alone?
I wanted to say I want to leave that one alone.
Okay.
Out of respect, right. We could talk about that off air.
Yeah.
I
still want to find out details about this.
Yeah, we'll talk about we'll chop it up more about that off air, just out of respect, out of real respect. Yeah. So this dude said even Bill Cosby has fans. KG, you get
Some people still like pudding pops, man. But
KG gets the MVP.
Yeah, but he's not getting any ad deals though.
He gets the MVP award of the night.
Fans, but
he's getting slapped by chicken patties, so you know that's not much else to say about that one.
Anyway, we're gonna go through the outros. Starting with, we're gonna go starting with Josh. We'll start with Rob. Go ahead, Rob. Tell me about your channel, what you do, what's coming up next.
On my channel, I sit around, I talk about games, I talk about mobile tech, I talk about music, I talk about the things that interest me because I'm just a young black guy from the DC area that lives a whole bunch of life. If you want
Quotes around young.
Oh, he just took shots at me. Yes, I'm 30. I'm still young, okay? All right, I'm not dying till at least 70. Okay, so with that being the case, come through the channel, man. Subscribe, YouTube, Twitch, all that. You can find me on every social network at The Regal Report. Even my Facebook now, I changed that to being at The Regal Report now. So yeah, that's what I do.
There's this link right there, guys, in the chat if you are not subscribed to him already. And NX, what about you, homie?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at NX_Revolution. I'm on YouTube. NX Revolution. I like to do reviews. I like to talk about news occasionally. Might be doing that more often. We'll see. But you find that interesting, come check my channel out.
Cool. NX Revolution's channel is right here, guys. And last but not least, we have Your Player 2.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Josh. My channel is Your Player 2. Again, my channel is all about helping other gamers who run YouTube channels sort of up their game. So if you struggle with things like camera presence, how to improve your production, if you struggle with coming up with new ideas or how to vet those ideas to make sure they're going to be effective and, kind of align with the strategies to reach the goals that you have for your channel, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, then, please feel free to swing by, check out the channel. If you dig it, subscribe. If not, by all means, find something you love. Life is short.
Also, he has great.
That was a great way to end this. Yo, hold up. Yo.
Thanks, NX.
What happened? Because you're giving somebody's getting beat up behind me face, and I'm.
Nah. We got someone I want us to raid. He actually has a famous voice actor that he's interviewing, a famous voice actor as we speak, actually. Mike DeBonis, Street Fighter V voice actor. Yeah, so we're gonna be rating Mikel Casanova. Give him some people to come through. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and give my own shout out. So as you guys know, this is Avidan Smith. If you're new here, thank you for coming by. I do gaming reactions. All my gaming streams will be on Twitch. But if you like gaming reactions, if you like gaming opinions, and you like chill podcasts like this, then Chillcast, make sure you come on by, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and most of all, you make sure you share this with a friend. This is Your Player 2, NX Revolution, Rob Regal. We are out. Say what up to Mikel Casanova for us, and we're gone. Peace! All right.